The amazing thing about London is it's such a melting pot.
Yeah.
Like if you can see a community in the world, we have it in London. So it's really incredible. So in my school, growing up, in secondary school, there was so many different nationalities there. And growing up, I had some Muslim friends. And I really liked them, mashallah. They were, they were just good people. They were good people in lots of different ways. They never really spoke too much about Islam, but we were friends growing up. And then we stayed in contact in university, but we went to different universities. And then I remember just before my last year of university, they said, we're going to go for a holiday in Spain. So I was like, okay, that's amazing. And it's an Islamic thing. It's like, oh, you haven't kind of done this before. There's something called Rosales in Spain, which is near Granada. And there was some Islamic talks there, basically. But it was a very nice atmosphere. So we stayed in dorms. There was a reservoir where we used to swim, had lots of fun. We used to look at the stars at nighttime. It was very nice, mashallah. It's a group of like 9-10 of us, very good friends. So me and another friend who wasn't Muslim came. We were the only non-Muslims in that group. But again, they were so friendly, mashallah. It was never a thing. Like non-Muslims and Muslims, it was never a thing, alhamdulillah. So then, we played football and stuff, and it came time for the Islamic talk. And I didn't want to go because I wasn't really interested. I like my friends, but for me, especially growing up nominally Christian, I couldn't see the validity in religion, full stop. So I was shy to go into the talk because I didn't want to go. And I also felt bad about coming to it and not going in. So I went in, and then the talk was about Islam, obviously, and it was about the nature of the heart and how the spiritual heart, like the soul, the seat of the heart, and how to protect it and the value of the heart. And really, I don't know what triggered in me, but it was just, it was like a lightning strike. Wow. It just really hit me. And I started crying, like I couldn't stop crying. I was like, wow, what's happening? And it was like someone was just telling me the truth. And I kind of felt like you've lived your life up to this moment to hear this. It was like a real thing. So, in the process of becoming Muslim, all these things were happening. I went back to London and, I said, God exists. And then my old life got in the way and I was kind of living life, but I still believed in God. And I read the translation of the Quran. And one of the amazing things about the Quran is that many converts say this, you have a question. Sometimes you see Muslim do things, you said like, how can that be right? Or you hear something about Islam, you don't know if it's fact or fiction, but you'd open up the Quran and it would be answered. So I found that, and I really kind of came to believe that God exists and Islam is a valid religion. But I didn't want to take the Shahada. Why? I think in my mind is because I didn't want to join a club. I had discovered truth, and I thought truth was kind of more maybe universal or personal. And my friends, they're like just amazing people. They're very, very, very gentle. So, and this is like for a year, very gentle. Because sometimes you hear stories of people like, okay, if you don't want to become Muslim, fine. And they'll cut contact and everything else, but they're not like that whatsoever. So then what I did was, I started, again, because of this thing about morality and especially religious and political figures and historical figures, I started to read the seerah, the biography of the Prophet, the life of the Prophet. I read a few of them. But what I did was, I thought, I know God exists, but this Muhammad guy, he has to have an angle. It can't be as people say, because no one's like that. No one's like that. It's too much. It's, it's Pangeric. It's like, okay, you're in his club, so you're going to say the best things about him.
So you thought he was too good to be true.
Too good to be true. No one can be like that. It's not possible. And again, I've studied historical, political, religious figures. I did religious history a lot without touching Islam. So then when I read it in the beginning, every time he did something, like when the Quraysh threw the inside of a camel on him and he didn't say anything. Okay, I thought at the moment he's just doing that because he's not empowered enough to respond. Or Mrs. Muhammad in the boycott, like with the forbearance that he did. And each time I'd try and think of something. Or when the Bedouins would grab him like this. But here, I thought, okay, he doesn't want to show that he's angry. But then I thought about it more. I thought, okay, now he's in Medina. He's kind of like the head of a state, and he's letting people get away with this.
He had power.
He had power. And then, yes, subhanAllah, I always remember reading, and I don't want to do it now, when I read the last page of the seerah that I read, I just started crying. I didn't want to finish it.
His death.
His death, yeah, and the seerah. I just didn't want it. It was like it was just such a journey. And then I said after that, I just fell in love. Like if he's Muslim, I want to be with him. I can't remember if it was the whole Ramadan, but at least some of a Ramadan, because it was in the summer when I became Muslim. Ramadan was in the summertime, about 20 years, days. Especially in England.
Yeah.
So I remember my last summer, because we were doing a very early Fajr calculation. I think it was 21 hours.
Yes.
Yes, subhanAllah. So, and actually my wife is a convert as well. I said to her, we picked the wrong time to convert. We should have waited till the winter Ramadans. Islam is the kafat and ni'mah, but my family's reaction, it showed you them as people. So yeah, mashallah, my mum was very, very good about it. So actually they used to get up early for work, and I didn't want to tell them outright because we're very close as a family. And I didn't want to cause discontent or fracture any relations, but I would pray Fajr out loud in the morning. And I remember once my mum said, like, what's that noise in the morning? Like, it's so early. What are you doing? Are you singing? And I was like, no, I'm praying. And then she'd say, like, Amir and Umar, like my friends, and Ramel and them, I'd say, like, yeah. She's like, okay. Because essentially she knew if I was becoming...
She knew your friends.
She knew my friends, and it's hard to know my friends and not like them. So she's like, is it more like, okay, if you're becoming more like them, it's okay. I know it's okay. They're good guys. Then I would stop eating the meat in the house, just because, like, I thought, okay, the Bismillah thing, I don't know. Let's see. I didn't know much about Islam, but I just knew halal and haram. But I thought, okay, the meat isn't halal. I didn't know much then, so I thought, okay, I'm not gonna eat it. So I would have like the veg on the side, and it came to my birthday. It's very interesting. It came to my birthday, and my mum said, okay, what do you want, Craig? What do you want for your birthday meal? So in England, the big thing is a roast dinner. So I said, I'll have a chicken roast, but I won't have the chicken. So give the chicken to you guys. And my mum just looked at me
chickenless.
Like... chickenless roast. That's it. Just give me like the veg on the side. And she said, look, Craig, I'll just buy you halal chicken. Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, she got it. So it was perfect. But they were just amazing here. Alhamdulillah. So they went out of their way to buy halal meat. They invited my friends around. When it was kind of like official, I remember, like, subhanAllah, I don't think they realized like how much it meant to me and how special it is, because you often don't get this. But yeah, mashallah, my sister called me up and she said, okay, so you're Muslim now. She said, like, because I don't know anything about it, I kind of just know the jokes, but like, you have to tell me about it because we have to support you and stuff like this. And so this is very rare.
It's a great family.
Oh, they're an amazing family. Really, I don't think they realize how amazing they are. But yeah, they haven't converted yet. With everyone's du'as, inshallah. Allah guides. But yeah, so my brother did the same thing. My brother's also they're very academic, so he knows more about Islam. But yeah, their reception was excellent, alhamdulillah.